If you're like me, you really enjoy track and field. In fact, you enjoy participating in track and field, as in competing, getting in the blocks, or throwing the javelin, or stepping off and taking that long jump. Well, in this video, I'd like to share with you the opportunities that you have to compete, particularly as a sprinter in track and field once you're out of high school. When you turn 18 or when you graduate, you have the opportunity to compete in what are known as open meets, or maybe in open heats in other events. So for example, if there's a high school meet, they may have an open section so that folks who are older can get out and run, compete, get a time, and see how they're doing. And you will see open meets even maybe at a community college event. Again, there'll be a heat. Anybody 18 to 30, you could compete in the open heats or in the open races. And then it comes to Masters track and field. Now, Masters is pretty cool because you start to compete with people your own age. So you would compete if you were an M30, a male who was 30 years old, or 30 to 34 years old, you would compete in that age group. And if you're a W50, then you would compete with women of your age, 50 to 54. Now, not only are there regional or local meets that are Masters meets, but there are also regional and national events. So, and association championships. So you could compete in a series of just individual meets, or you could look for your local association championships, or you could look for your regional meets. So I live here in Southern California, and we have the Southern California Association Championship. There's the Imperial County Championships, that's closer to San Diego area. And then we have the Western Regionals, which encompasses quite a larger geographic region. And folks come to compete and see where they're doing and how they're doing. And those events are open to anyone who is of the age 30 or more or greater. And not only those meets are available, but then there are indoor nationals and outdoor nationals. And those are what I call all-comer events. You don't have to qualify for the indoor nationals or for the outdoor nationals when you're a Masters track athlete. You just have to get there and know what's in it for you and how, what your expectation would be, whether you're going to be competitive or you're going to enjoy just being around fellow athletes and staying in shape and the camaraderie and so on. Now, as you get, so that's the Masters. So we've got Open, then Masters. Then we have a lesser known circuit that's called the State Games. And if you can look for State Games of America, you will find out information about their programs. Each state, most states I should say, have a state games. And those state games are primarily targeted for youth athletes. They're trying to give the youth athletes an Olympic experience so that they can want to compete in track and field as they get older. So that's the state games, that's annual, that's an all-comer, and you have to be a Masters athlete to compete in those. And that happens, their national event happens biannually, and you qualify in an even year, and then you compete nationally in an odd year. And then there's the Senior Games circuit, and again, that is a biannual national event. So you qualify in an odd year, and you compete national. You qualify in an even year, and you compete nationally in an odd year. And each state has a state organized Senior Games, and in that Senior Games you qualify either by getting first, second, third, or fourth place, or you have a qualifying time. And you can find information about that at the NSGA website. and you'll learn what the qualifications are and so forth. So if you want to stay active in track and field, there's lots of opportunity to do it. Look for open meets, for masters meets, for state games, and for the senior games if you're 50 and older like myself. And you can find links for those sites here on this page, or you can Google those, and you can learn more about how you can get involved. Or you can visit usatf.org or .com. I can't remember which right now. So good luck, and let's see you out there on the track.